All right, just a few minutes ago, Donald Trump finished up his press conference, his roundtable on Antifa, and we've got to talk about this. I want to play you a couple of key clips and talk about them because this is absolutely unhinged stuff. We are being run by a cognitively declining narcissist who is using the levers of power to go after his political opponents. It is stunning to see the right-wing media whip up this whole Antifa garbage out of nowhere, simply to justify the greatest expansion of executive authority we have seen probably in modern American history. And we're going to talk about all of this. Let me start with this clip because it is proof, undeniable proof in my opinion, that Donald Trump is being misled by his advisors, and he is talking about all this National Guard stuff in Portland because he's watching videos from 2020 Portland. Take a listen to this.
The amazing thing is you look at Portland and you see fires all over the place. You see fights and, I mean, just violence. It's just so crazy. And then you talk to the governor and she acts like everything is totally normal. There's nothing wrong. It's almost like, are you waking up from a dream or something? You see it on your network. You see it all over the place. And it's so bad. It's so crazy. It's like the movies you see for the kids. I guess not only the kids, adults also, where you have these bombed out cities and these bombed out people. It's like worse than that. I don't think they could make a movie as bad. And then
he literally says it right there. It's clear that the Oregon governor, when talking to Donald Trump, is confused because Donald Trump is saying, I'm watching this stuff happen on TV. I'm watching these fires burn. And the Oregon governor is saying, that's not happening, sir. And he's under the impression that she is lying. And we have heard this reporting before. This is from like a month ago. Misled by videos of 2020 protests shown on Fox, Trump threatens to invade Portland and, quote, wipe out protesters. Donald Trump told reporters on Friday that he might send National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon, apparently because he was misled about the scale of small protests outside an immigration detention facility there by a TV report which incorrectly presented video recorded during a protest in 2020 as having taken place in the city this summer. And Fox has been running clips from 2020 Portland over and over and over again. His advisors are reaffirming what he believes he is seeing, which is this is happening right now in 2025 Portland, this, supposed mayhem. And he's like, yeah, let's send in the National Guard. It is insane. And in that clip, he says, like, I'm seeing it on your networks, pointing to this right-wing network. Let's go to the next clip where he's threatening to arrest the sitting governor of Illinois and the mayor. Take a listen.
Clarify, you said you might go to Gaza, and then the second question I had earlier today, you said the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois should be jailed. Have you asked the Justice Department to look at possible charges?
No, I've seen the law, and when you have a group of people where the police call off the safety for ICE officials, I've understood that, and I've read it today in numerous journals, that that's illegal. What they did is I guess it was ICE, Christie, right? They were under threat, and the police were helping beautifully, and it was fine. And then all of a sudden, a woman was on the line saying, everybody, move back, get out. And they were given an order by the second person in the police department, and the governor knew about it, the mayor knew about it. I understand that's a criminal offense. Do you want to comment on that, Christy?
There's obviously no validity to that at all. And I could go on a long tangent about how gross and disgusting that is, how inappropriate it is for the sitting president to talk about arresting a governor or a mayor. But I think I can sum it up best by saying this is one of those days where this is humiliating. I mean, it's humiliating that this guy is representing the United States on a world stage. It's humiliating. Now, to show you the silver lining in this, JB Pritzker immediately responding on social media saying, go ahead, we're ready for this fight. And he was out in Chicago today and responded on live TV to Donald Trump. It's pretty good. It's inspiring. I love what JB Pritzker's been doing lately. Take a listen.
As I do, the President of the United States in the last 24 hours called for you to be imprisoned. I want to give you an opportunity. We've seen your reaction on social media, but I want to hear what you have to say back to the President of the United States.
Well, let's start with the idea that this is a convicted
You know as well as I do, the President of the United States in the last 24 hours called for you to be imprisoned. I want to give you an opportunity. We've seen your reaction on social media, but I want to hear what you have to say back to the President of the United States.
Well, let's start with the idea that this is a convicted felon. I mean, think about that, who is threatening to jail me. I got to say, this guy's unhinged. He's insecure. He's a wannabe dictator. And there's one thing I really want to say to Donald Trump. If you come for my people, you come through me. So come and get me.
That was so beautifully said, and it's so nice to see politicians be willing to take on this fight from Donald Trump. There is hope here. I'm actually in Chicago. I moved from Atlanta a few months ago, and so I will be live streaming and making videos from Chicago, going out, reporting on the protests. And so if you want to see those videos, make sure you're subscribed down below. And it means a lot if you hit like on this video. It really means the world. Let me know what you think of JB Pritzker in the comments, by the way, because I love this guy. He's been doing really great work lately. All right, to the next clip. It's kind of switching here to the cognitive declining side, or maybe just this guy's a creep side. He was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein side. This is, this is humiliating. What you're about to listen to, again, just humiliating and so weird, so bizarre, because this was a press conference because you had all these MAGA influencers there asking questions to Donald Trump, essentially saying, oh my God, you're the best. You're so amazing. I love you so much. This interaction particularly, though, was very bizarre. Take a look.
I'm going to tell it to you anyway, because it's relevant to what we're talking about. I'm living proof that you can recover from TDS. I had strong Trump derangement syndrome for probably 8 years. This is one of the reasons I recovered from it. And by the way, it's much better to not have TDS. I'm happier, I'm healthier, more successful. I even think I got a little more attractive after I got rid of my Trump derangement syndrome. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Two things here. Number one, again, the guy who's best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and, the leader of the free world, I can't believe I'm saying that, is talking about how this young woman at his press conference, quote, very attractive. Okay. Just bizarre stuff. And number two, she says, I'm much happier now that I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, right? We'd all be much happier if we could ignore the fact that, again, we're being run by a cognitively declining narcissist who's expanding executive authority and destroying the way our government works. I would love to believe that's not happening. I would be happier, right? That's the saying, ignorance is bliss. And the last clip here, take a listen to this.
Burning mob, and we've made it 1 year penalty for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the court said you have freedom of speech. But what has happened is when they burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds. I've never seen anything like it on both sides, and you end up with riots. So we're going on that basis. We're looking at it not from the freedom of speech, which I always felt strongly about, but never passed the courts.
First of all, slurring his words there, especially at the end, I think this is very indicative, and it's been getting worse lately, but it's indicative of his cognitive decline. Freedom of speech at the end, you see he's like struggling to get the full word out, saying half words, but also what a Freudian slip. Quote, we got rid of the freedom of speech. Donald Trump quote, that should be on, that every Democrat should take that, clip it, and run it as an ad every single day, gearing toward the midterms. It's like the Freudian slip is unreal. And again, we've seen Donald Trump attack freedom of speech by signing this executive order around American flag burning, by signing, executive orders against law firms, by obviously crushing political dissent. And I really like this tweet here from Mehdi Hasan. He said, as much as I loathe it, the right-wing messaging machine is a sight to behold. They have, with astonishing discipline and effectiveness, conjured up an Antifa boogeyman out of nothing and are now talking of nothing else when I can't remember them barely mentioning Antifa just months ago. And it's well said, and it's part of the reason I do what I do. I know some of you are here from Adam Mockler. I make videos on his channel as well, because we've got to start fighting as Democrats against this right-wing media machine that is, as Mehdi Hasan puts it, astonishingly effective. And so it would mean a lot if you hit subscribe down below. It helps this channel grow. I appreciate each and every one of you so, so much. Please try to stay sane out there. Have a good rest of your week. I will keep bringing you updates on everything that's happening, and we'll get through this time in American history one day at a time together. You just got to make sure you're registered to vote and keep using your voices. I appreciate you so much. Much love. I'll see you in the next video.